Did it again. Let's stop it, John. Just stop the theme song. Just end it. You're still running the music. Just turn it. Okay, thanks. So what you did again, this is the third or fourth time, is you said, "Are you ready?" I said, an affirmational noise. And then you started it. And had you started recording, John, I need you to speak directly into the microphone and tell everyone if you had started recording the podcast or not.
I had not.
Okay, thank you so much. So then what I did was I clicked it. Now, it then gave me an error that said you have started recording too many times. So why did the timer just start?
Like just now?
It just now started.
It's been going for 58 seconds on my end.
On my screen, it says 11 seconds.
Wow. Well, so we're going to have a fun kind of post episode kind of look-see to see if it actually works.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the VGB's podcast. This is episode 33. I'm one of your hosts, John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Nikki Grayson.
Hello.
There are blue skies here in Arlington, Texas. It is 61 degrees outside.
That's hot.
David Lynch is dead.
That's good. Is it?
No, it's sad.
It's not good.
You've never seen any of David Lynch's
white people love that guy.
You know what? 2 hours ago, when I was like, I'm gonna talk about David Lynch and like how sad I am about it. I'm like, Nikki's going to say it's white people stuff. Almost
it is. And it's like, listen, was he unbelievably talented and like influential and like a creative beacon? What's the word I'm looking for?
Lone beacon. That's right. That's the famous phrase.
I wanted to say lodestar, but that's not anything, I don't think. Just a creative beacon for a lot of people I know and respect and care about and love. Not for me. I did respect at the time that nope, that's Werner Herzog. So this guy, because I was going to say I respected the time he got shot, but he didn't get shot.
He did get shot. Isn't that crazy? That video of Werner Herzog getting shot?
Got shot in an interview? That's awesome.
In an interview? Dude. It's so nuts. It's so weird.
I respect David Lynch because he smoked for a billion years.
He smoked for a long time, and it did get him, unfortunately.
He had great hair. Gave Kyle MacLachlan a job.
Yep, that's a big deal.
And then influenced Sam Lake so hard that Sam Lake said, I'm going to just do this guy.
I'm just going to do this guy. Yeah.
And then Sam Lake made a video game I like very much. So thank you, David Lynch.
Thank you, David Lynch. So I'm not as voracious of a consumer of David Lynch films as a lot of my peers. I've seen probably half of his features and then most of Twin Peaks. I've not seen Twin Peaks: The Return yet. But I think what I loved about David Lynch is that he was just so I think he was really tuned in to what being alive is supposed to be, maybe. And he seemed very plugged into the real shit about life and also reflected that in his art in the most inscrutable ways possible, which I really, really, really appreciate.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which is fun. So I'm sad about it, and I know a bunch of our listeners are probably sad about it. And if you haven't seen it, I kind of recommend starting with Mulholland Drive, which is what I started with. A movie that absolutely scared the living daylights out of me when I was 16 years old. But it was weird. Nikki, I don't quite know how to explain it. It felt like I was being guided by the hand to experience something bad that I needed to experience.
I don't want that.
But I don't see. But here's the thing: I don't have a bad. I have warm memories of it.
Sure, because you felt like it was a considered decision. All of the things that you were being shown
Yeah, I
did
think
not
it
feel like
was.
they were coming from a place of cruelty. It felt like it was coming from a
Yeah,
place of
yeah,
I think you
yeah,
just probably should see this.
yeah, 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 yeah,
That makes
yeah.
sense.
And I mean, and the textual themes of that film, which is like the Hollywood dream is, a
Real
sham
and
for many
alive and well.
people.
Oh,
Um, that's so secondary to, I think, what the subtext and different interpretations are kind of
hmm.
showing you. So, yeah, if you want to, if you want to watch a film, go in blind. That was the equivalent for me of knowing what it felt like to put my dog down 25 years before I did it.
No, that's great.
But there was something so profound about being there in those final
Sure. Should I
moments.
watch it then?
It's really scary. I
So
think you
I'm
would
good
really
then.
be scared by it because
So
it's a
I'm
really
fine.
scary movie.
Can't be that good.
It's pretty good though. I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it. All of his shit is like, yeah, it's really scary. You should definitely watch it right away.
That
I think
seems
you would. I think you would like it more than Eraserhead.
that one seems pretty scary.
That one's really scary.
It's called Eraserhead, and like I can't,
Yeah. Anyway,
I can't handle that.
go read some better critics than me about David Lynch, and I still need to watch Twin Peaks: The Return. But
If you think about it, David Lynch gave Kyle MacLachlan the opportunity to shoot that kid in that courthouse.
Oh, I thank my fucking stars every day that we got Dune from David Lynch with Kyle MacLachlan, and that kickstarted Kyle MacLachlan's career. And then many years later, Kyle MacLachlan was in that episode of Law and Order where he shot a kid in the courthouse. And you know what? I think those things are basically on equal footing.
Yeah, it's a straight line. It's just it's 1A and 1B.
Yeah, I would be the worst. I was watching. I saw a couple people who were like kind of in our orbit professionally. Do like a press junket recently for the show Severance, and I was like, they could not. They would be bad to for if I had that job, because I would just be asking Colin MacLachlan about shooting the kid.
Yeah, shooting the kid.
I
What
would
was it
just
like?
be.
How many takes did it take you?
I could go on a press junket with Tom Hanks, and I would just be asking him about the choice to have Bryan Cranston looking at bikini babes and Larry Crown instead of actual
good though.
porn.
Here's the thing: they get asked so many of the same fucking questions.
That's true.
I think that's a great way to actually legitimately endear yourself.
Yeah.
To these people who are speaking to the most boring IGN employees on the planet for 8 hours a day.
So what was it like making the show?
Like coming to work every day.
I'm holding space for this. I'd so want to know. Like, Kyle, if you're listening to this, Kyle MacLachlan, friend of the show, right? How did it feel?
What did it feel like?
There was I know in my bones, there was not a kid at the other end of you pointing that gun into the camera. Yeah. I know it wasn't, but like, didn't you feel alive a little bit?
A little bit had to.
Like, just a little bit.
You got to, can you, Matt, can you tell me, Kyle, walk me through you reading the script for the first time where they said you grab a gun off of the back of a cop and shoot a kid.
I shot a kid.
What did that do for you when you were in your living room reading that script?
Were you getting jazzed, or were you kind of like, uh-oh? I'm very curious.
Were you, did that make you excited about the role, or were you dreading that decision? And that
I think it's a valid question. And who says it energized me? Who says that? Maybe Kyle does.
Maybe Kyle does, but that's the thing. That's why you got to ask. That's why you got to ask.
That's why we got to ask. That's why they play the games, folks. Oh, excuse me. I burped. It was disgusting.
John Warren.
I apologize. Yeah, what's up?
Over the weekend.
Okay, I love that we're not starting with the biggest story.
Who gives a shit?
Okay,
it's not even a fucking John.
I know
it isn't a story.
It's not. I know it's not a story, but we still need to talk about it. But I want to talk about this. We'll get there.
Over the weekend, I went to a games convention. E3 is back, except now it's called the MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo.
MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo.
That is correct. Now, if you are not listening or watching the program on youtube.com/VGBs or type by wherever. I don't know. Go to the
Yeah,
Discord. You'll find it.
It's youtube.com/@VGBs.
At VGBs will get you there. I've collected some JPEGs that I will now describe to you that I bring back from MegaByte Nation.
Okay.
Now, John Warren, these, I wish I took a picture of the billboards that were scattered.
I do too.
Because were the sketchiest things in the whole world. Looked like
were they like on par with like a gun show, or like
worse than a gun show billboards?
Gun show.
Like you know when you would drive on the 10 and you would look off the side of the 10 and it would be like reptile show at the Pomona Fairplex
100%
from April 15th to 38th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was worse than those.
Yeah.
Like much worse. So I walk into the MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo, which is hosted at the Los Angeles Convention Center, and it's empty in there in the plaza, like in the plaza to the convention center. I've only ever seen full of people. It was like walking into an abandoned airport terminal. Empty, John. There was a sign that said MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo and then an arrow pointing to the escalators. So I walked through the escalators.
Don't go off of this one yet. Go back.
Okay, go back. I'm going back.
So for those at home, at home, it says MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo, like pretty nondescript. Okay, and then an arrow, and then
God, only God knows.
I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then I kind of looked at it again, and it is a joystick with two red buttons, but they're enormous,
huge,
and they're also offset. So the buttons are set wider than the base of the joystick.
That is correct. Yes,
it's very strange.
It's no person would ever make this.
It does look like, frankly, it looks like an AI piece of clip art to me.
Almost definitely was an artificial intelligently generated image. I go up the escalator, John.
Yes.
I emailed the event 2 weeks ago and I said, hey, I want to come. And I don't want to pay money.
I represent Giant Bomb, and we will do extensive exactly coverage of this. We'll send Mike Minotti to terrorize the people of MegaByte Nation. Man on the street style.
I will talk about it on multiple podcasts. Please, I would like a press pass. And they said, great. Come on Saturday. And then the city caught fire and I was doing other things. So on Sunday, I said, I'm just going. Did I tell them that I was coming on a different day? No, I did not. I did not tell them I was coming on a different day. I go up the escalator.
You had a good excuse, though.
I had a great excuse. Shocked that they still did it.
Okay.
Went upstairs, got to the single person that was behind the ticket booth. And I said, hey, I'm here to pick up my press badge.
I don't think I've ever been to a conference or something that had a single person behind the ticket booth. Okay.
He was deeply on his phone. On his phone. I interrupted him very much. Very clearly, I interrupted him.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm here to pick up my press badge. He said, what? And I said,
what?
I'm here to get my press badge so I can get in. He said, okay. And then another person came out from behind a wall. Unclear what they were doing behind the wall. And then the guy that I spoke to the other person and goes, this one's here for a press badge. And then that person says, we don't have any more of those. Just give them a VIP badge. And I said, huh? And then he said, okay. John Warren, before they presented to me this VIP badge for MegaByte MegaByte Nation Expo. They don't know what the thing is called. Because on here,
Nation Expo. It just says MegaByte Nation Expo. Okay.
John Warren.
Which MegaByte Nation, I don't know. Nation's a hard word.
It's a hard one to kind of get across. John, did they ask me for any kind of identification at all? Did they ask me who I was, where I worked, what I did? Did they ask me literally anything before handing me this VIP pass?
I'm going to say no.
That is correct, John. They did not ask me a single question.
That's
They
incredible.
reached into the box of VIP badges and said, "Here you go." And then they gave it to me.
Well, we got to go next year, and we'll just walk up.
There's definitely going to be a next year for sure, because as you can see, I walked into the main room, and here's what we're looking at.
Oh, brother.
There it is. That's the whole thing.
Oh, man. Oh,
That's the whole thing.
This is Los Angeles. Now, granted, it's post-disaster Los Angeles.
Yes.
But I still don't think this would have been
impossible
this
to
is
do this.
So, folks, when we say it is empty, it is really empty.
Empty.
Yeah.
Like, there were, I think, this space is probably 150,000 square feet, is this room.
Yes.
There were maybe 400 people in this room. Maybe 400 people. And there's two people who looked like they were about to fight in the middle of the big open space.
Shoot?
No, unclear.
Okay.
There was this guy.
Okay.
Who worked here.
He looks like a pit boss in a casino.
He does look exactly like a pit boss. And he came out of the big place that said exit behind him.
Okay.
This is
that's the
one aisle over.
That's the most crowded
there's maybe like 20 people in this shot.
Yeah.
In the back, over in the back here is the like, I don't know what to call this. What is this, like where the panels
were, sure.
And there were at most like 6 people sitting in the seats listening to the people talk.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there are a lot of people sitting there. Do you know what any of the panels were?
Oh yeah, we can look.
MegaByte Nation. Wow.
Okay. Oh, let me get this tab off the screen and get this tab on the screen. Okay, so here's the website. MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo. They're not sure what they want the font to be because it's different everywhere. But it says a portion in huge text. A portion the proceeds will go to the fire victims.
Okay.
Unclear what that means. They also don't know if they want it to be camel case or not, because here it is MegaByte Nation Gaming Expo camel case. But if you scroll down here, John, it's MegaByte Nation. The guy that voiced this guy, the guy that voiced Peter Miles Morales, this man in Spider-Man, he was there, except they said he's going to be on the stage in 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes later he had not showed up, so I got up and I left.
Okay, so Najee Jeter was late. So you don't know if he ever showed up?
No, unclear. This person from Arcane was there, voiced blue hair girl. Apparently,
Mia Sinclair Genis. Okay,
the farmer kid from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Holy shit,
guy.
Dude.
He was there.
All right.
The voice for Sidon.
Oh, okay.
Was there apparently.
All right.
Did not specify what day, and it's unclear if he was there. Anthony Marquez, who was, I guess, the guy that played whoever this is. I guess he's the mocap guy
of Kung Lao from the original Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and 4.
Correct. He was there. This person named Jessica Strauss, who voiced this character in Infamous that we all know and love, and also Woman in Diablo 2.
I don't listen, I'm not saying that I'm sorry, but it's not that these people don't have like impressive careers or like shouldn't be doing this stuff. It is just funny to show woman Diablo 2. That's essentially
with
what
no
that
context. The
Wait,
image for
go
Grant
back up.
Kirkhope. Oh yeah, Brianna White was there, but
Brianna
on
White.
Saturday.
Okay, great.
But here's the thing: there was no indication that these people were ever there.
Okay, yeah. There's no
So
evidence.
they might not have been there.
Let me check Brianna White's Instagram.
Yeah, please. Because when I was on the train on my way there, John, I went on Instagram and TikTok to see if there were any results of people who had posted anything from this show. And literally nothing came up. No items came up.
So she posted about it on her Instagram, but did not post an image from her at
the event. Got it. The guy that voices Claptrap was there apparently.
Okay.
What day?
Okay.
He was there. The voice of Crash Bandicoot
in Crash Bandicoot 4.
Now, I think he's on this thing twice.
Is he?
So there's just two
No,
men.
they're two guys.
White.
I wonder if they're
the same
related.
way. Related?
Yeah. Why?
And then these are the cosplayers that were apparently there.
Oh, the cosplayers. Click on pic for Instagram page. You perverts. You know what you're doing.
Oh, and then this guy was there.
Well,
and
that guy's not
piano.
a cosplayer. Okay.
But he played the piano. But then they did leave my man Ryan up there in a way that I didn't feel good about. It felt like there was supposed to be an MC, and then the MC was never there because the piano man would do the piano, and then he would have to get up, and then he would have to he would have to do crowd work in between his own set, and then he would have to sit back down and then do the piano again.
Play and then he would game. You're the piano man.
Exactly. So
that was bad that. For him then. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't great. They had a section where they had just some arcade
Hydro
games.
Thunder. Hell yeah.
They did have Hydro Thunder. And Crazy Hydro Taxi.
Thunder. Sure.
Also, I think you had to pay for these.
Oh, like individually? Like you had to put
think you did, yeah, because it didn't.
No
I walked by a couple of machines and they didn't say free play on them. And maybe I just was not looking in the right spot, but I was not sure on whether or not you had to pay. John Warren, how much do you think this event was?
Oh, like a ticket to it?
Yes.
Oh, $40. Oh wow.
Yeah, $40 on Friday, $50 on Saturday, and $40 on Sunday. If you're a kid on Saturday, or military,
okay,
which is the same bucket. It was 20, 25, or 30.
What if I'm child military? What if I'm child and military?
Then it's free.
Okay.
If you're part of Los Infants Terrible, Snakes group, it was $5.
Snake's version of the Partridge Family. Yeah,
correct. They wanted $100 American for a 3-day pass, and then $150 for the VIP pass that they just gave me for no money without asking.
And what do you get there? You get admission for all days, an exclusive mystery bag.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one's funny. VIP seating for competitions and panels, folks. It did not appear that you were in any danger of not getting a good seat.
No danger of not getting a seat, and there was no indication for VIP seating when I went through those zones. I declined the bag, and that was a mistake.
Yeah,
they offered me the bag, and I declined it because I didn't want to carry it. With me because I didn't want to look like I was there. The idea that I would have to walk out of the venue and then get back on the train and I would have this big bag that said Mega, and I couldn't handle that. I'd already gone through enough emotional turmoil that week. This is the entrance area. This is where John, you, myself, Near, and Merritt, I think, saw Todd Howard near the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then, John, I went downstairs.
Yes.
And they just left so much of the convention center just open.
Just open.
And I went downstairs and there's this
they
door
just did some painting. They did some carpet cleaning and wanted to keep the doors and windows open. Yeah.
And this room just says parking C.
It does.
And I went inside, John, because I wanted to see what was in there.
Yep.
And it's just a parking lot in there.
Right.
And they left this door open.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in here.
Yeah.
Just a parking lot.
I wonder
And
if
I took
that's
some
where
fun pictures.
I wonder if that's where I curled up in my car and slept off.
Different parking lot.
Different parking lot. Okay.
Different parking lot.
Okay.
So then I took some pictures, and then I went back upstairs and I went to a place. Can you read what this one's called in booths 95 and 96? What's this place called, John?
Game Snatch.
Okay, and now what's this place called?
Game Hogs.
That's awesome, John. Now I went to Game Hogs and I got some stuff. Picked up a couple of things. They had a lot of rare things at this show. Including
sure
Pokemon Ruby, which they wanted $265 American dollars for, or
okay.
a copy of Pokemon Soul Silver, open but complete in box, and they wanted $400 for that.
Whoa!
But I picked up Don't Mess with the Zohan on UMD. Would you like to take a stab as to how much money I paid for this one? Don't Mess with the Zohan, and it's the unrated version of
$4.
$3, okay?
$3.
That's awesome.
Okay,
I also picked up another. I've cracked the UMD.
Oh no!
Picked up another game. This one is. I think you'll love this one, John. Let me just get it out of the sleeve. You want to read it? You want to read to everybody what this one says?
Can't really see it. I have to. Oh, that's a Family Guy. It's Family Guy. What is it? Family. I can't read it. It's too small.
It's Family Guy, the Freaking Sweet Collection.
The Freaking Sweet Collection.
Yeah, and I think this is just maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the program Family Guy.
Family Guy Freaking Sweet Collection.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so episodes in this are Road to Rhode Island. That's a classic. To Love and Die in Dixie. I Am Peter, Hear Me Roar, and Lethal Weapons.
That was $2.
Those are really old episodes of that show. I know this because the only seasons of that show that I've ever seen are, I think, the seasons 1 through 3, which I owned on DVD, and I recognize all of these.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. What else I picked up, John? This one's just for you. I know you love this console. And I know you love sports games. So I spent $5 and I picked up this. If you want to read.
That would be that would be Sydney 2000, the Olympic Games for Sega Dreamcast, that's a good find.
Dang, that was only $5. So I grabbed that. That's a good
find.
The thing about Dreamcast games is that there's no way to play them.
Well, unless you have a Dreamcast.
Huh?
You have a Dreamcast? You can go right now and ask Krista Lee. That's who did mine. She will send you
for free.
No. No. She will send you a Dreamcast or Sega Saturn with some fun little accoutrement in it. It's fun. And you can play
I'm
it. You
good.
Can play it okay, fair enough.
I also picked up this game. I've never seen it before, and it was only $5. It's for a PS4, but I think I can pop this in my PS5.
You could rip the ISO. You could rip the ISO onto your
John, the
machine.
whole joke about that was that you can play every Dreamcast game on any fucking computer with a screen. It would take me 2 seconds to play it. That was the whole joke. I know I can get a Dreamcast.
But legally, you can rip
legally
the
I can
ISO.
do it now. I have my own copy.
You just rip the ISO. You get a drive.
I mean, that seems like a lot. I'm gonna Google.
It is a lot.
Sydney 2000 Dreamcast ROM.
Yeah, here I'll download it right now.
Great, yeah. Send it to me on Discord. Anyway, I found this game. It's called can you say? I don't know how to say it.
Roquette
League. And this was $5, which I think is a great deal.
That's a steal. Does that even still work on PlayStation 4?
Now, John, I did not know that they released a physical version of the free-to-play video game Rocket League.
I didn't
The
either.
idea that
it wasn't always free to play, though.
It
Yeah.
wasn't.
It
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
It wasn't.
At one point, it did cost money.
It did cost money. Yes.
I still think it's insane that they had the audacity to say, we're going to put $5 on this fucking thing and we'll just charge them. It's
Right.
free.
Yeah. Right.
It's a free video game.
Yeah.
They wanted $5. Anyway, I gave it to him.
I mean, I feel like Game Hogs is speaking directly to the off the grid set.
I'm just in love with the idea that, like, yeah, you go up to the Game Hogs and you say, these freaking woke game stores won't sell me the good stuff.
It won't sell
like
me
Rocket
the
League on
stuff.
disc.
Like the Family Guy freaking sweet edition.
Yeah. And then you put that in your PlayStation Portable, and then you watch the 3 episodes of the program, and then that's it.
That's all she wrote.
So anyway, that's I found a copy of Brink. They wanted $20 for it.
$20 for Brink.
And it had a puncture in the case, and I said, I'm okay.
No, I'm good.
I asked the guy because it didn't have the price on it, and I had to stop myself from like disgustedly tossing the video game back into the bin. Like I was halfway to doing it, and I said, I have to be kind.
Yeah.
So then I put it back in. They wanted $15 for the PlayStation 1 version of Power Rangers Time Force, which I did almost get. And then I realized that I don't have a PlayStation 1, don't need it, and could just play the video game for free on my computer. Yeah, whenever I want.
Yeah.
Kensha Hall was locked.
Oh,
tried to get in and it was locked. Yeah,
it was just totally locked. Okay.
Yeah,
that's where they were keeping the good stuff. That's
where the good stuff was. Oh, yeah. I forgot also this. Present video. No, shit ass piss. Present
shit ass piss. Now, by the way, the only panel discussion that's listed on the website is the THPS effect, 25 years of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Does it say when that was supposed to be?
Noon and 3 on the 11th, so Saturday.
I missed it. Dang.
Yeah, dang.
This was happening as I was preparing to leave.
Okay. It's a DJ set. I can't hear it.
Good. It's 2 people bouncing.
It kind of looks like from a really, really far away. It looks like Machine Gun Kelly and what's her face?
Mm-hmm. Who's who?
The second time this has happened today where I forgot someone's name.
I know the answer.
Your back hurts, and yeah. I can't. It's
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, yes.
But my brain immediately wanted to say Megan Kelly, who's a different person.
Because Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah, Megan Kelly very different than Megan
different
Fox.
Person.
Very different.
I have 1,000,001 questions about. I also took this fun picture of myself in the parking lot. This is just a fun picture I took of myself.
That's a good picture of you.
It's unclear what this was, because the Los Angeles Convention Center is not cheap.
It's not cheap. That was going to be
the convention center for 3 days.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, even like, I think people don't understand that, like, a lot of convention centers in major cities pretty much have something going on every weekend.
Yes.
Even if it's like, an insurance convention or something really, it's like, it's pretty normal to have like a pretty high occupancy rate for your facility. So
especially in the second biggest city in the country.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so something has happened here where either the LA Convention Center is in some dire straits, which like might be true.
Maybe.
Or this group spent an unbelievable amount of money that they did not make back.
No,
I don't think.
No,
to rent this place out.
Their spend was crazy. Like,
yeah,
they had billboards across this, like from my neck of the woods in Eagle Rock into Pasadena. They had billboards all the way to Santa Monica. I was talking to people who lived on the west side, and they said, "Oh yeah, I've seen these billboards." They had billboards across the city.
Wow.
There were 400 people there. That number's not good.
Do you think it's some sort of money laundering thing?
That's what I think it is. I think this is like an unbelievably elaborate way to clean a bunch of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, like, more power to you.
Yeah,
I
more
just
power
watched
to you.
a YouTube short about Better Call Saul. Did you know that he was in Breaking Bad? That's where he came from.
Yeah.
So he tells the science bitch guy about how cool it is to own a nail salon.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I just learned about money laundering today.
What is the science bitch guy's name?
Aaron Paul.
Nope. In the show.
Jesse Pinkman.
Wow. Okay.
I've watched a lot of YouTube shorts about Breaking Bad in the last 3 days.
But you've never watched Breaking Bad. But you've watched YouTube.
I watched yesterday I watched the part where
so you've probably seen I'm the One Who Knocks, but have absolutely no fucking
I have not seen
you haven't seen that?
Here are the scenes of the program I've seen. Jesse Pinkman is in Mexico, and Gus Man, is that his name? Gus is there, and he makes a bunch of meth in the Mexican meth house zone, and then they inject the meth into a computer, and then the computer is like, "That's good meth.
That's great meth." Yeah,
and then
really good.
They're really good. They're like, it's 99% meth, and I'm like,
good answer. Good answer.
And then I also saw this scene where, over the course of 6 or 7 YouTube shorts out of order, where Giancarlo Esposito's character,
that's Gus,
throws up,
and
then he goes. I think the correct order is that he poisons a bunch of people at a pool party, and then he also does some of the poison, so that he has to go inside to go puke out the poison. Because then when he comes outside, one of the guys that he talks to get into the pisser is dead on the floor.
Yeah.
And then he throws a guy in a pool.
Yeah.
And then he gets sick again because I think he still ate too much of the poison. And then Jesse is there. And then the guy that looks like he would be on a show like Superstore, but he's not. The old guy. You know, the old guy?
Yeah, Mike Ehrmantraut. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's there. And then they save Gus. I thought Gus was a bad guy.
He is, but they needed him.
Oh, okay. But he owns the chicken store?
He does. He
money?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
They made a movie about Breaking Bad.
They did. Well, about it? Or what do you mean?
Like there's
about it?
On Netflix?
Yeah, no, it's called El Camino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that actually.
Me neither, John.
Well, you know what? Sounds like you might have seen more of it than I have.
Anyway, that's
that scene's really funny because Gus does like eat the poison or whatever, and then he gets up, goes to the pisser, and he's like walking so weird, and like all the comments on like the TikTok I saw that was like a replay of that scene are just like, so smart, not minimizing his movements to slow the metabolism.
That's what everyone on the YouTube shirt was also saying.
And I'm like, okay, guys, but like, he still got up and booked it to the bathroom. Like, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where you gotta just like fucking whatever.
Yeah, no, I think he was just walking weird.
He was just walking weird. He was walking like he had already shit his pants and he needed to go.
Which is like, that's great cover.
Great cover. It's great.
No one's gonna interact with you if you look like you've shit your pants as you walk weirdly into the bathroom.
No one's gonna do that. So did you get the sense that any like the owners of the Game Hogs like are probably meth dealers and this is kind of their front? No. Okay.
No, it seemed like that was legit. Their shoot job was charging $300 American for a copy of a video game that they made.
Game Hogs,
20 million.
Angeles. Well, when I'll be in Los Angeles in mid-February. We should just go to Game Hogs. It's on East Beverly.
Don't want to go to Game Hogs.
We should go to Game Hogs.
I don't want to.
We should go straight to. They have a Virtual Boy at Game Hogs.
They did have they had the Virtual Boy there.
They have Tomba and Tomba 2 on PlayStation.
Hey, John, look at this. Wait. Hey, John, look. Wait.
They have 4 copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Nintendo Switch. It's
And
really hard to get your hands on.
And they probably
that
want
one.
$85 fucking dollars for those.
Might.
John, look.
I'm looking.
What's on the screen?
Tomba and Tomba 2. Yeah, let's go.
I don't know how much they wanted for this.
They have like a wall. They have like a wall of old magazines and strategy guides.
Yeah, they were selling. They were selling, and a lot of these booths were selling these also. But they were selling like old Nintendo Power and Game Informers for like $5 to $10 a pop.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which is a lot of money.
A lot. It's a lot of money.
For a magazine that was free.
See, they have a Dreamcast right here. I'll buy you one.
John. My phone is a Dreamcast.
You don't understand. My phone is a Dreamcast.
Should we talk about the real news, John?
I guess so. The Nintendo Switch 2 was officially announced, just as I indicated it probably would be. It was announced this morning in a 2.5-minute video that Nintendo just kind of raw dogged at about 5 a.m. Pacific time.
They didn't say anything about it.
They didn't say anything. They just said, here you go. And it's a very short video. It does not have the vibes or confidence of the original Switch announcement that kind of shows it. It's not that surprising because it's not doing that much differently.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the bullet points you need to know. It's bigger. The Joy-Cons attached with a magnet. There are now color accents around the joysticks.
Horrible.
They're Hall effect joysticks on the Joy-Con, so you're not going to get the drift.
They said it's not about that. They said we cannot do another class action.
We cannot do another class action lawsuit. So yeah, just pop those Hall effects right on there. And it's and there's a new Mario Kart. And you can use the Joy-Con like a mouse. Now, I've rewatched the announcement video a few times now.
Yeah.
And the Joy-Con as a mouse thing has some interesting shit attached to it.
There's a skate.
There's a skate.
Yeah.
2, there's a strap. There is a cord.
Is the strap? I have to watch it again. Is the strap attached to the skate?
It is unclear because it is not attached to the Joy-Con in any other point. So my guess is that it's attached to the skate.
Which means that...
What does it do? What is it?
Well, I think the skate is like the bumper.
The skate is the bumper.
The skate will come in the box like the bumpers come in the box for the regular Joy-Con. You know, when you take the regular Joy-Con off, there's the bumper.
Oh, yeah. It's been ages since I've done that, but yes.
But that's what the strap is attached to on the regular Joy-Con.
Right.
There's no spot for them on there. It's probably the top buttons are bigger now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that the Nintendo's their thing is going to be the buttons are not going to be raised anymore because they're just big enough for you to press.
Right.
And then the skate will have the skate will magnetize to the Joy-Con, and then the skate has the loop for the wrist strap.
But why?
They got a good deal on optical sensors, Sean.
What do you think it's going to be used for? Is it just straight up like we're going to put Civilization? Okay, so you think it's like Mario Maker,
Mario
Drag and Drop,
2,
Mario Paint? But I mean, know. But without a keyboard.
No, for sure. Like without a keyboard, what's the point? Because it's like
are you just using the controller with your left hand and then you're using a mouse?
Exactly. Like for a situation like Splatoon, right? also the way I play video games is not one where I am frequently in front of a table where I am going to hunch over
I mean,
to use
genuinely,
it.
the April 2nd reveal, but which, by the way, they showed us basically nothing in this thing. The April 2nd reveal will apparently do the games. My guess, Nikki, is that they will straight up show someone doing that on their leg.
No, for sure. That
Right?
sucks though.
I mean, it does suck, but like the actual use case of you can carry this thing wherever and also it turns into a mouse, but you need a desk, like that doesn't,
It's silly.
like it
But
doesn't
my
work.
but
It's silly.
there's no way you're going to be able to get the fine control that you are accustomed to with a mouse if you
Right.
are running it on your thigh.
On your curved thigh. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
know. I think it'll.
It's odd.
It's just weird. Like
It's
I don't know.
It's the rumor.
That's their job, you know.
It's the rumor. It's the rumor I heard that I was like, well, there's no way that's true because I have no idea what the fuck they would do with that. And now it is true, and it's like, well, what the fuck are they doing with that?
But it's also like it's gonna be important in 3-4 Switch.
Yeah.
Right. And then 3 games will use it, like the IR sensor, and
Right.
then they will forget that they put it on there. It will become not important.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's a gimmick to sell stuff for the first 18 months.
Right.
And then someone somewhere will have a good idea 6 months from now. But like Nintendo's core games don't even use the functionality. Like all the Nintendo doesn't even remember that the Switch has a touch screen. So why do you think that, not you specifically, but why do people think?
They don't. Well, I don't remember that either. I mean, I
no, exactly. No one, why do people
remembers.
think anything is going to be done with this optical set? It'll be important for WarioWare and Ring Fit Adventure. Maybe you can scan your own arms.
Right.
I don't know how that would work.
Well, to your point, it's to that point. Ring Fit Adventure, Labo, these are the things that are probably at risk of not being compatible. So they did a big splash screen at the end of the show that said, hey, like, yes, you'll be able to play Nintendo Switch games both digitally and physically on the Nintendo Switch too. Some games will not be compatible. Some people immediately thought, okay, Labo Ring Fit Adventure. And I'm wondering if some of the older licensed sports games will not work as well, because that is also something that did not make the jump from Xbox to 360 to Xbox One backward compat. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think so.
It wouldn't make sense to me.
That feels like a very intentional decision that they would have to make. There are like architectural reasons why between the 360 and the Xbox One, and then from the Xbox One to the series, stupid.
That's
why that wouldn't
awful name.
Why that wouldn't work. But I think the old I think you'll be able to boot up FIFA 2018 or whatever the fuck. I don't know why you would, but you
I don't know why you would, but you could. Yeah.
Labo's not going to work because the screen's too big now.
Yep.
And then the Joy-Con aren't going to fit into the ring.
Right.
1-2 Switch, I know, which is so sad. I know everybody is
Everyone's
crying that they're not going to be able to milk the cow.
Everyone's like, David Lynch, I can't believe you passed today because I've been mourning the fact that 1-2 Switch isn't going to come. Yeah. Isn't going to be compatible.
You think that was it? You think that's what he was waiting for?
Yeah, he was like, I gotta know.
And
then he found out it wasn't in it. It was like, oh, all right. Yeah. Bye.
David Lynch and Brian Eno and David Byrne, same guy.
You think they're all the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
I think if you were in a situation where like one of those 3 guys showed up, like
you're wrong, but you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I know. Like I know.
Yeah.
But like that's the vibe that I get from those lads.
Yeah. Well, they're all pretty good.
This Mario Kart, John.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the Mario Kart.
24
it's
slots.
Unnamed. Didn't even say like this is coming this year or whatever. When we watched the old Switch reveal, I had forgotten that they just straight up showed Mario Odyssey, which did not come out for months.
Mhm.
So we don't really know. My guess is Mario Kart will probably be a launch title because they showed it. Donkey Kong a little bit squished. I don't
Yeah,
know if you
he
noticed
looks.
that.
He's gotten.
He
He's just gotten a
looks
redesign.
he looks like his old Mario Kart on Super Nintendo art.
My guess
Yes.
is that they've redesigned Donkey Kong
Donkey
generally.
Kong.
And what we see here is new Donkey Kong. And he is
Okay.
going to look different because the Mario game is going to be Mario and Donkey's Kong. And that he's going to look different in it.
You think the
Also.
new 3D Mario game is a Mario
Also got
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because there was that rumor like 2 years ago that was like, it's a 3D Donkey Kong game, actually. It's not Mario anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then that went away. And I think I don't think they were going to give him I don't think that seems right. That doesn't seem right. But
Mario and Donkey Kong.
Mario and Donkey's Kong?
I mean,
they you could do like you play both of them.
Listen,
like in Halo 2?
They did establish. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey is the closest kind of like mainline Mario game that nods directly to Donkey Kong as being kind of the first time that you saw Mario. Mayor Pauline, there's that entire sequence where you actually fight Donkey Kong in a pixel form. So okay, I'd buy it. I don't know how deep that vein is, but I'm intrigued.
I mean, how deep is the vein of a guy in a red hat and overalls jumping, John? Pretty deep. I'll figure it out.
That's pretty deep. Yeah, sure. You're right.
I think some levels you'll play as Donkey Kong, and some levels you'll play as Mario, or maybe you can play all of them as both of them.
Okay.
And there's going to be like moons that only Donkey Kong can access, and then moons that only Mario can access. So it's kind of like every level is 2 levels.
Every level 2 level.
But because they're going to redesign Donkey Kong for that game, he's going to look different. So they just grabbed, because a lot of people don't know this, but game development, you just like click and drag folders back and forth.
Yeah, you just click and drag, move it back and forth.
So
it's really easy.
It's really easy. So they just grabbed the Donkey Kong folder from this
like
game,
old,
and they
this game, and they put
from
it in
from the game that we just made, and then they just put them in Mario Kart.
Yeah,
you think
makes sense?
You think they're gonna skip 9? They call it Mario Kart 10, or do you think it's gonna be called Mario Kart 9, or is it Mario Kart colon something? I think
it'd be weird to call it Mario Kart 9.
I agree. They put so much stuff in Deluxe that I think they regret calling it.
I agree.
8 Deluxe also.
I agree.
I would, if I were them, I would skip 9 and call it 10. I would maybe even go so far as to say it's Mario Kart X. That would be fun to me. Or Mario Kart, drop the numbers and do Mario Kart colon Potato Town or whatever.
new Super Mario Kart. No.
I can't. New Super Mario Kart.
What if it's just Mario Kart 2?
Now that's funny. Because there is not a Mario Kart 2.
There's not a Mario Kart 2.
So if they called this one new Mario Kart 2, new Super Mario Kart 2.
New Super Mario Kart 2. Mario Kart 2 is really funny.
Mario Kart 2 is really funny. They'll never do it, but
they won't do it.
Mario Kart 2.
Mario Kart 2. The reason I'm like, maybe it is just an extension of the original Mario Kart is because, like the art appears to be closer to what you would see in the original Mario Kart, but kind of made 3D, and it looks great. Like it like from the few screens, or the few little scenes we saw.
When you say the original Mario Kart, do you mean Mario Kart on the SNES or do you mean Mario Kart 8?
SNES.
It looks exactly like Mario Kart 8 to me, other than Donkey Kong different. I did not watch it good enough.
I don't know. To me, they look a little squished. And it might have been it might have been me watching it on my phone first thing in the morning.
Which two?
But to me, they looked a little squished compared to the last time we saw them.
There's
might be wrong.
24 starting
Which
slots.
I think is
they do look pretty
big.
Squished.
I think they look squished to me. I think Bowser looks a little
Mario's
weird.
head is weird.
I think Bowser looks a little strange.
Like Bowser is shorter and wider.
Yep.
In this image,
I'm telling you, they've squished him like the original Mario Kart.
Interesting.
I think they're deliberately making it look like they're deliberately putting distance between what Mario Kart looks like and what like Mario games
looks like. Yeah.
To me, they're making some distance there because, well, I don't know why, but that to me looks like they're
different guys, John. Everyone knows
that. Everyone, they're just completely different. They're unrelated. But 24 slots is actually pretty intriguing for me because I think having more race density would solve some of the problems I have with that game. I think that game is I'm not the biggest Mario Kart fan. I'm someone who gets bored with it very quickly. And I think having 24 racers in a race is exciting. I think that's exciting.
There's 14 cars there's a wide shot where the game is on the TV. Yeah. And they're driving by Yoshi's. And if I've counted correctly, I think there's 14 racers, which I think is more than the current number. I think it's 10. Question mark. I was gonna say I've never played Mario Kart. That's not true. I played a lot of Mario Kart, but I never think about it.
I never. Yeah. No. I mean, that's the thing is that like, I think from a game design perspective, I don't think a lot of people think a lot about Mario Kart, honestly. And I think it's one of those things where the reasons I bounce off of it are mostly have to do with the fact that like it's a game that it's a game that actually doesn't reward engaging with it very hard. And and I'm like, and I actually don't think I like games that are like that. Mostly, I'm like, I don't play things just as total diversions. I usually like it to scratch something, like whether it's competitive or whether it's like problem solving. And because Mario Kart doesn't really do that, that's why I think I bounce off of it. Now, if it's a more dense experience and maybe they, I think it was Ethan Gatch on Blue Sky say, what if this was an open world racing thing? Like The Crew, Animal Crossing.
That would be awesome.
It'd be awesome. I don't think they're going to do that.
No, never.
But I'm like, it would be fun if they would take a big swing with Mario Kart. It doesn't feel like they've taken a big swing in a very long time.
Yeah, I think it's so hard because the thing of Nintendo, I think internally would say, we can't do anything to Mario Kart because the magic of Mario Kart is that you don't have to know how to read to play it.
Right. Yeah.
Like it doesn't, you can have never played video game before and play Mario Kart, have great time playing Mario Kart.
Yep.
So the second you add like they don't even, so much so that like when you play Mario Kart 8, you have to, the cars do different stuff. Like the different cars do different stuff, but you don't know, that's a button press away to like surface even the fact that like there is difference between the way that the cars behave past the way that they look different. You have to press a button to engage with that fact. So like they are like, oh no, you can just, there's a million cars in here. Just pick one. How freaking fun. The tires are different and you got different glider. Like
Waluigi's cool. on a monster truck. How cool is that?
Wow, isn't that awesome? Like you're gonna come in 8th anyway because you're fucking bad. Mario Kart's not hard.
Yeah.
It's an easy game for babies.
Yep.
Yeah, I think as much as I would love that, I think the courses are just gonna be bigger.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be so straight up a Mario Kart game. There might like the story mode might like the quote unquote story mode. The Grand Prix mode might have a little more beef to it, especially if this is the launch Mario game.
Right.
I think you kind of have to, and the big Mario game's not coming out for, not to say that Mario Kart's not a big Mario game. They've sold,
I mean, it's
75 billion copies.
But I have that attitude though, where I'm kind of like, God, you're not going to give me something
Yeah, it's a
better
spinoff.
than
Like
this,
deeply, it's
you
a
know?
spinoff.
Yeah.
So like if they went into the design process kind of knowing that, okay, we're gonna do a soft reset, like we and honestly, 8 Deluxe feels like a celebration of that
Sure.
series up to that
Yeah.
point. It by the time they finished it, got way closer to Smash Ultimate than I think anybody kind
It's
of anticipated.
enormous.
Huge game, lots of stuff in it. And
It's
like if you are
enormous.
like, okay, that is the end of this chapter of Mario Kart,
Right.
we are going to start a new chapter of Mario Kart. Like, yeah,
It's
I
got to
would
be
maybe
it's got to be different in some
it's
way.
got to be different. And like
Yeah.
20, no, I guess maybe I'm now talking myself into it being bigger because 24 cars is cool, but then like fundamentally you're still
They're
is
still just
what like
doing
the
4 races.
yeah,
And
exactly. Like the most
right.
annoying person you know is gonna come in 16th
Uh-huh.
now. Like, oh dang. And then they're gonna be annoyed with you that like you didn't explain to them how to drift. And it's like, you
Yeah.
fucking fool. You've never played Mario Kart before. You're 29.
Yeah.
And then
So
it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter anyway, John. Everyone's just gonna say that they like Double Dash the best anyway. So who cares?
That's like most of what my mentions were when I was talking about Mario Kart
Fools.
this morning. It's like, oh, there are no 2 people in the
Yeah, it doesn't
wake me
matter
up when there are 2 people in it. I'm like,
because
okay.
everyone is obsessed with being wrong every day.
No.
They wake up and they say, I can't wait to be wrong today. I can't wait
to be wrong.
Can't wait to say that I think Mario Kart Double Dash is the best one of these. Shut up.
I just can't wait to be wrong. Yeah, that's how it feels. But we really don't know much besides what we've just told you.
Yeah, like I kind of respect.
We still feel we still know more from the leaks than we do from the announcement.
That's what I was gonna say. I deeply respect that they had the whole game blown for them, like the whole fucking thing, and they said, "Who cares? Whatever.
Who gives a shit?" Well, they're right.
No,
it doesn't
completely matter. Because we are in a chat with normal people. You and I are both in a chat with normal, like regular normal people. Normal people is hard. They're Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah.
But like normal people, quote unquote, who did not know that you could dock the Steam Deck or that the Steam Deck existed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they presented this information to us as if it was not already the biggest. Everyone knew already. The way it was presented to this chat was, holy shit, did you know that they're making a second
new Switch?
And a second Nintendo Switch.
Right.
So like incredible respect actually to Nintendo for being like, it
doesn't matter. The people who have never taken a shower that are in our mentions are like they don't matter.
They don't fucking matter. They're gonna buy the thing anyway.
They're gonna buy it anyway. Yeah.
Like, and so like great, actually. Like that's huge.
No, it's great. It's really funny. I mean, like watching those old announcements. The thing that rules about Nintendo, whether they're right or wrong, is that they're just like unbelievably confident. And they've earned it. I mean, they've completely earned that confidence.
Yeah. They've been doing this for so fucking long.
We were watching the Iwata Wii announcement, and it was so fucking cool because he was just like, a lot of people are obsessed about like all the specs, and you know what? We're not going to tell you the specs because they don't matter.
That's nuts.
I'm like,
I told
that's
like 5
crazy,
people about
dude.
that in the 3 days it's been since I rewatched that, because at the time it didn't mean anything to me. But like, it is unbelievably baller to be like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Who gives a shit? Mario's on it.
Y'all have whipped yourself into thinking it matters, and it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna the biggest game on this thing is gonna be bowling.
Yeah. You'll never hear the word teraflops used in a Nintendo presser, which is amazing.
No, which is like
amazing.
Whenever all of this news, like especially like, and I think that the symptom, or this is a symptom of the cycle, right? Because it's like, oh, new thing, has to be bigger, has to be better.
Yep.
So people are like trying to figure out whether or not it's more powerful than a PlayStation 4. Like, who gives it?
Who cares?
It doesn't fucking matter. You're going to play the games that you can play on it.
It's as powerful as the games that we make for it.
And that's great. Like
I'm like,
for
all
a
right.
while, the only thing that you could reasonably levy was that like, damn, it fucking sucks that Nintendo didn't. There was a time where the games on the Wii looked like ass because they were in standard definition and everybody else was on HD.
Was high def,
that I think was the last time where there was like a tangible, like,
there was a gap.
Oh, there is a gap here. Since then, it has not. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
No, and I mean, it's like I think even with the argument that I will consistently lay out, that is inexcusable that some of these Switch games don't run well on Switch.
Mhm.
You know, there's a degree to which I still enjoy talking about those things, but there's a degree to which I understand that most people don't care, and
They don't
clearly
care
neither
because they
does
don't know.
Nintendo.
Nintendo does
Clearly
because
doesn't
it's like they sold how many fucking copies of that Pokemon
I
game?
know. I mean, I still
it's
think
like-
it's a legitimate criticism that like
Yeah.
it's embarrassing to me that it's like the shit runs bad and they've never even made, but it's like
It works.
fucking makes money all the time, and so there's nothing. Yeah,
I'm amped for Game Freak because they just found out about this too. I'm sure today.
yeah, sure.
So in 3
second
years,
one?
in the next, yeah.
Whoa! All right.
Should we be making something for this?
Can you crank the frames on ZA?
We can't.
They're as high as they go. All right.
Yeah, no, the
locked at 21. All right, that was what we're aiming for.
Yeah, Grub on Game Mess, I think yesterday, was like the thing that I have heard about this Pokemon Direct, because there's a Pokemon Direct next month, question mark. Is that all those games, they're just Switch 1 games. They're not even like
They're not even trying.
Not even trying. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's fine.
Like whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, the official reveal will be April 2nd, which means
65 days.
I was gonna say like, which gives me some sort of clue as to when this thing is coming out. But here's the truth: I have no fucking idea.
No idea.
Could be May. It could be.
I don't think here's. You have to assume, right, that Grand Theft Auto is coming out in October or November.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fall game. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna want to get in front of that.
Yes,
is my logic.
Yeah.
However, the idea of launching in May feels too early.
It feels early
to me. If you're doing your big reveal in
April.
Yeah. So I'm feeling like it's June around Jeff, around the Summer Game or around Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
But also I think we have it in the notes. But they're doing a similar thing that they did to the initial Switch release, which is they're doing this tour where they're going to a handful of cities around the world, to bringing a bunch of Switches, and you can register for tickets and go and play. But that runs through like July. But the way that the first time around it went is that the last Nintendo Live or whatever it was called was the week before the Switch came out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the schedule, which I'm pulling up right now, Nintendo Switch 2 tickets. Oh, I did it. Wow, thanks Google. That runs through May, June.
Right.
Yes, because they're running, some of them are running concurrently, like Tokyo and Toronto are at the same time. Dallas and Milan are at the same time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But like the last one is in Seoul and runs from May 31st to June 1st. And if they are doing beat by beat the same thing that they did for the Switch 1, which is kind of what it feels like they're doing here, it's not going to launch before June 1st.
Right. So what you're saying is it's going to come out on July 1st, which is my birthday.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday. I get a Nintendo Switch 2.
I think we should
That's a
go on
Tuesday.
DraftKings
Well,
right now.
It could be July. It could be Independence Day.
But they do Fridays now.
I know that's the 4th. That's a Friday.
You think they'll launch it on America Day? I think they'll get off of America Day intentionally.
Ooh.
I think we should
people
right
off
now
people off for school, people off for work. You don't think that would be a huge Switch launch day in the US?
I just don't think that they're going to want to launch it on the holiday.
Yeah. All right, you might be right.
I think they would quicker do the Tuesday of that week because you just said the 4th is Friday. They would quicker do the Tuesday of that week,
which is the 1st, which is my birthday, and Leia Seydoux's birthday. Death Stranding 2.
That's the most mean
I'm just saying
sentence you've ever put together.
It's my birthday, Leia Seydoux. Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2. I'm gonna go on DraftKings right now, and I'm gonna say,
prop bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the calendar for June. I'm gonna say they're not gonna do Friday the 13th.
No.
I'm gonna say it is either June 6th or June 20th.
Wow.
And I'm actually leaning towards the 6th because I have no information about this, but I would put Jeff Summer Game Extravaganza as running through Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that seems right to me.
Because that feels right. Mm-hmm. So I would say
it's the week
and Nintendo
before.
is not going to want to be buried by that. So they're not going to be that week or after because everyone takes the week off after. So I think they're going to just make everybody's life a living hell and launch it on the 6th of June. 6/6.
6/6. 6/6.
And then what's that? What's 2 + 5? That's 6 also. Make you think.
That's right. It's a baker's 6.
A baker's 6. I'm going to say June 6th. Final answer.
All right, June 6th. Final answer. I'm going to say July 1st. I'm going to say it's literally my birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna tweet it right now.
All right. We'll see who's right.
Settings. They should make a tweet deck, but for
Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Is that a bit? Because you know they have that, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah, go to deck.blue. That's what I've been using the entire time.
What? Well, it's just a spinning circle, so
it'll show up. But deck.blue is great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because every time I have to post on the other account, I gotta. It's like 8 clicks.
See, here's the thing: to do multiple accounts, I think like more than 2, you've gotta be a patron.
I only have 2 because you can't do private alts on this one anyway. So
I think you could do 2 without having to join Patreon.
Well, that's good. Yeah. John says Switch 2 coming out 7/1. Nikki says Switch 2 coming out 6/6.
There we go. We can refer to this later. Very important.
Okay, we did it.
We did it. Hey, let's do Hive questions, huh?
Okay.
All right. Every single week you can ask us Hive questions by going to our Discord, discord.gg/VGBs. Go into that Hive category and go into the Hive content channel and asking us questions. What's that? You can't find the Hive category in our Discord? Well, that means you need to be a member of the Hive, and you can do that by going to vgbs.com/join. You can join the Hive and then ask us those questions. Thank you so much to our current Hive subscribers. Let's start with Bone Chug Actual. Nintendo in 2025 feels like Teflon. Yeah, not that long ago, the Wii U bombed. And if they release something that did not excite people the same way again, do you think it'd go down as a failure, or are they significantly in a different space than they were when launching?
John,
I mean, listen, the Wii was massive.
Yeah.
And then launching the Wii U after it was a wet fart.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
it was not the reason that the Switch or that the Wii U was a wet fart was not because the Wii U was bad. They marketed it bad.
They marketed it bad. Yes. They marketed it bad.
Like, and I think that like
they marketed it with an unbelievable amount of bullshit that no one ever interacted with.
Yeah.
Which I had forgotten about, honestly.
Yeah,
like those are early Wii U videos focused on so much shit that nobody ever did.
The idea that there is a secret Wii Sports game is so nuts to me. There's a secret third Wii Sports game.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Like, huh?
Strange.
How'd they fuck that up so bad?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's $200 on Amazon right now, by the way. If you want
Wii
Sports Club. No, Wii Sports Club. Which is just an HD remaster of Wii Sports. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it is so clear that they had the idea for the Switch too early. Instead of being like, we will just make an HD Wii, period. Have it run kind of the same things and kind of be interactable in the same way, period. They didn't do that. They tried to do this half step on their way to the thing that they actually knew was going to be kind of revolutionary, but they didn't have the technology to do. Yeah, I don't know. They should try it again. Oh. I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
They've sold so many regular Nintendo Switches.
They've sold a lot, yeah.
They're going to sell a lot of Nintendo Switch 2s.
Yes, they will.
Do you think there is a world, John, where they release a companion app for the original Nintendo Switch that allows you to pair it to your first or to your brand new Nintendo Switch 2 to give you gamepad functionality on the Switch 1 connected to the Switch 2? Does that make sense?
Why would you want that?
So you can play Mario Maker, and that's kind of it. Zombie U. They could re-release Zombie U.
Oh, so basically, okay, so what you're describing is, what if you could pair the original Switch and Switch 2, and then the Switch is basically a Wii U controller?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
Just a dumb screen.
That's an interesting idea.
So you could have just said, no, I think it's dumb and it's never going to happen.
No, I don't think it's dumb. I think it's a lot.
How hard is it to download an app? People download apps every day, John.
Well, I'm saying from an internal perspective of like getting those things to work. It's a lot
to get
Smart
Glass.
It's a lot to get those things to work for like probably not a lot of adoption, but maybe I'm wrong.
That's fair. Remember they spent a lot of money letting you put the Switches together so you could play Clubhouse games.
That's true. You could tile them together.
You could tile them together.
Very weird.
So maybe.
That's true. Maybe.
It's not going to happen. That's okay.
Probably not going to happen. Yeah, I think my feeling is that they are in a different space and they are making a much safer jump than they've made in a long time. My guess is they do something a little bit weirder. They do something a little bit weirder next time around, but like, I don't know.
For what though?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just because they can, because they want to, because they're bored. I feel like they get bored and they do weird shit.
But I think it would be smarter for them, and a thing that they will do is do what they did with the Switch, which is build on top of it as opposed to do something entirely different. I think they are so burned by the Wii U.
Yep.
And they also know that they've done the right thing because everyone is copying them.
Yep.
Like Nintendo has for so long been the other as opposed to the trendsetter. And now they are the trendsetter. like, and which is how it was in the 80s and 90s, right? Like they were so like I think the game has changed for them. I think it would be smarter, and honestly is the more conservative decision when Nintendo's a very conservative company when they move, is like, we'll just pump another one of these out and we'll keep this time it'll be aluminum foil instead of cardboard or something.
Right.
And I think that's just gonna, like, they will, I think it is more likely that we get another Wii balance board or something like that, like an expensive accessory, than it is that we get like a major hardware shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Papa Bear Stack asks, what is the who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda of video games.
That's a good question.
It's a good question.
I don't know. Is it? The immediate thing that came to my head is like, this is a Keighley situation somehow. Like, this is Jeff Keighley being like, wow, aren't video games great? Like he does every single year, even though he's part of the reason why they're sick.
They're so odd. He's like he gets up there and Munchausen by proxies out loud in front of everyone. It's like, I'm keeping everything so sick. Isn't it great? You have no idea what antifreeze tastes like, do you?
Yeah. Do you?
Do you?
You could though. You wanted a little.
I mean, like, I think any mascot who's a sicko about the thing he collects kind of reminds me of that. So, like, Crash Bandicoot with the fucking mangoes or whatever those are.
Woohoo fruit.
Yeah, the woohoo fruit.
Wampa fruit.
Wampa fruit. That was the first thing I thought of. Like, you know, like Sonic and the rings. Like, I fucking love rings, dude.
He loves rings.
Like, I fucking love rings.
Does Mario like the mushrooms?
I think Mario likes the power-ups. I think he's agnostic about the coins. I think he feels like the coins are a burden.
Do you think that he feels differently about the coins in the RPG games that he's in because they are more exchangeable,
more valuable? Right.
They're more valuable when he finds himself in not a run and jump, but a talk and pay.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I think the coins have generally gotten more valuable because
they make the cars faster in Mario Kart now.
You know, also they're pretty valuable even in the older ones, because it's like 100 of these in exchange for another life. Hey Mario, you can live another life for 100 of these.
For $100,
for $100, you can just buy another. Yeah, just die immediately. Hey Mario, you have 100 coins. Cool, throw them over. Throw yourself in this pit.
You'll be fine. I promise.
You'll be fine.
You'll come right back.
You'll
start like 600 feet away, but you'll be fine.
Now, I have no idea if you're going to feel any sort of pain, but I do know it's going to be quick.
When Mario puts the Mario 64 suit on in Odyssey, does it change the number of bones he has? Does it hurt?
Oh. My honest, the first cutscene in Mario Odyssey where you take over the frog and he like portals into the frog.
Yes, and it's like unbelievably. It looks painful. Yeah,
it actually looks painful, and I have to imagine that that's happening literally every single time.
Every time. Okay, so
every
that's
single
good.
time. I think it's happening every time.
I think that he doesn't actually feel pain when he falls in the hole. He does feel pain when he jumps in lava, because obviously. Right. And when he drowns, he feels pain, but I don't think he feels pain when he falls into a pit.
Okay.
Spikes do hurt.
And
then anytime he wargs into a creature with the hat, that hurts.
That can't be good.
Unpleasant.
Think of 2 movies. This is from Sphinx. Thanks, Sphinx. Think of 2 movies you don't like. Pick one to give another chance and one to banish to oblivion. What movies are they and why?
Movies I don't like. Carol.
That's so specific. Okay. All right.
And another one I don't like.
Yeah, name 2 movies you don't like. That's so funny because there are a lot of movies I don't like, and when I read this question, I immediately forgot all of them. I'm like, I've liked every movie I've ever seen, which I know is not true.
Hold on. I'm gonna look up good movies that people like. And then
because there's so many of them that you're just like, nope, this is
that are
bad.
kind of nothing to me.
I'm trying to think of movies I have not liked recently. Okay, okay.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay, what are they? So Carol
my options are Carol and the Rise of Skywalker.
Right. Oh, okay. So which one are you destroying and which one are you giving a second chance?
Well, now I've kind of put myself in a pickle, John.
Yeah, you have, because you will be branded as an anti-queer.
How's that any different than where I'm at right now? It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm allowed to say it.
You're allowed, yeah.
The thing about Carol is that it's fucking boring.
It's pretty boring.
There's not a single sword fight in Carol.
That'd be incredible if there were sword fights in Carol.
Like, there's
Needs more sword fights in Carol.
At no point in Carol does Cate Blanchett walk into a room where a little shrimp guy is working on a robot.
Right.
So I do think Carol's gonna have to go.
Wow. So okay. So the difference to you is Carol walks into a diner. She sees Maud. I don't remember her name. And
oh yeah, no, sure. Yeah, Maud.
And
yeah,
yeah. It's probably I don't remember. It's been a while. But it's Rooney Mara. All right. She walks into a diner, it's Rooney Mara, and she goes on guard and pulls out a sword. You'd be like,
that would fucking bang.
This movie
Therese is Rooney Mara's name in that movie. Yeah, that would make it good.
Okay.
It's so slow. It's so boring. I have such a problem with movies where they're like, the whole point is that it's a slow burn. And I'm like, okay, but I don't like, you're taking my time.
Right.
Like, it's slow for them. It doesn't need to be slow for me also.
Would you, how much would you, like, obviously your ticket is going to be paid for, and then like, you know, your food and whatever. But how much extra would it take for you to go see The Brutalist, which is a 4-hour long historical about someone escaping the Holocaust and coming over here to America, and he's a brutalist architect, and then he kind of like he kind of goes, but it's 4 hours long. There's an intermission.
Okay. Can I use my phone? When I'm in the movie?
No.
Okay.
You're in a theater where people really don't like it when you do that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Is there food? There's food?
Yeah, let's say you're at Alamo Draft House.
So I can drink.
I see where you're going. And so, yes, you can drink. And so your point is that
shit-faced,
at the half-hour point, you can be like, well, I'm going to drink until I pass out. Then I'll wake up during the credits.
No, I'm not going to do that. Because actually, in a fucked up way, I'm looking at this.
It's a beautiful.
Kind of seems fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it's fun, but it's
how are they gonna die? They're making fucking buildings, Sean. How could this movie be sad?
I invite you to go read the Wikipedia plot summary of it. It's not exactly
a story where they come from the Holocaust and then it's good actually when they get over here. Like, do you know how
Nikki's
hard it is?
Make a movie about the immigrant experience that just kind of lies about the whole thing. I just want
we had a whole island. They came over. It was good.
Ellis Island. It says bring us everyone, and then it's fine. You come here, and then it's fine. What could possibly be worse here?
Possibly go wrong. So it's sad.
I mean, I think it's not all sad, but
I've looked at the MPAA rating and there's words in here that I don't like. It's a
I
movie
know
about buildings.
it's a movie about buildings, but there's stuff in it that's not fun,
I'm
as
out.
you can see from the rating. Okay, all right.
I'll
Fair
watch
enough.
Rise of Skywalker 6 times before I would watch this movie once.
You know what's fucked up is that I think Rise of Skywalker is also my answer of a movie that I'm morbidly curious to give another shot.
I haven't seen it since I watched it.
But I've never I don't think I've ever left a movie as irrationally, like as indignant as I did when I left Rise of Skywalker. And it's one of those rare instances of like I caught myself feeling a way that when I recognize it in someone else, I think it's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But like, I was like
Star Wars.
But I was like, I was hot. I was heated. I was really mad about it.
Were you still in LA? You were still in LA.
Yeah,
when the movie came out. Where? Oh, yeah, it was pre-pandemic. Where did you go see it? Do you remember?
I saw it at the Galleria.
Were people mad in the Galleria? Also,
there were a lot of people that were pretty like, whoa! There were a lot of people who were pretty like excited about it.
Oh, amped and excited. Okay, I saw it at El Cap,
I hated it. Okay,
which is the Disney Theater in Hollywood.
Oh, right.
That building was hot, pissed, heated, like mad. When they kiss, there was like groans across the theater.
Yeah,
from me included, but it's like tough. Across the theater there were groans, and I was tough. Like, and it was opening night, so like there had to have been people there.
Mm-hmm.
Tough stuff, tough skeins.
Tough. The movie I had a really good experience seeing it because I saw it opening night with some people who were a lot of fun in LA. I saw it at the Cinemarama. That's what that's called, right? Cinerama?
The round one? The ball?
Yeah, the ball. Before that closed, didn't it? Did that close?
No, I think it closed and now Netflix owns it, but I'm not sure if it's open again.
Okay, so I saw Suicide Squad opening night with some people there. That's the dream. I think I would probably destroy that film. It's not like important enough to destroy in a lot of ways. And I think that's why it's my answer.
Flick.
Yep, Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, but just Suicide Squad. All right.
They haven't reopened it yet. It's just kind of been empty. They can't tear it down or do anything to it because it's a historical monument.
Mm-hmm. What games of Jason asks, what games event would benefit from a halftime show with a big musical performance?
Oh, it's a great question. Ubisoft used to just do this.
They did, yeah.
They used to just have these in there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is a really good question.
Yep.
It's gotta be oh man. Because in this world, John?
Yeah.
Is it music from some of the stuff that they're talking about, or is it entirely divorced?
See, here's my answer, and here's kind of what I was thinking. And from my answer, you might be able to glean kind of what you feel like. I think in the middle of the next really overlong, way too rehearsed Xbox showcase, they just go, okay, and here's TV on the radio performing "Wolf Like Me" from David Letterman in 2011. And then they just show the performance of TV on the radio playing "Wolf Like Me" on David Letterman from 2011. And then they come back and they're like, all right, what do you got for us? What do you got for us, Sarah Bond? And then she's like, so like, that's kind of my answer.
That would be really good. Yeah, I think more things just need breaks in them. Just pace them such that there's breaks.
Yeah.
So if Sony, who's Sony have?
Oh, like artist signed to the record label?
Signed to Sony. Whitney Houston.
Wow. Okay. Well, that would be an interesting halftime show.
When you look up, when you go to sonymusic.com/artists, John Warren, I need you to give me the first 4 people Just start naming musicians. You're not gonna, one of them is Whitney Houston. So
Okay,
you need
Whitney
to give me
Houston.
3 more.
Shania Twain.
No. You get 5
Shakira.
guesses total.
Shakira.
No.
Vertical Horizon.
No. But closer.
Linkin Park.
No. But kind of closer.
Nickelback.
No.
Okay.
You get 1 more.
Amy Winehouse.
That's the closest you've gotten. So it's Lisa, who is Girly from Blackpink.
Oh my God. Okay.
Lil Nas X, Whitney Houston, and Bob Dylan are the first 4 featured artists.
Wow, what
on
a
Sony's
mix.
website.
What a mix. That is wild. That's an interesting group. All right, a couple more questions. Dull Focus asking, which is harder to swallow, Apple AirPods case or Switch 2 Joy-Con?
Switch to Joy-Con.
It's big.
It's
long.
long. The thing about the AirPods case, because I went into the Discord, I don't remember if it was VGVs or if you're driving.
Yeah.
And I said it should be harder to swallow the AirPods case.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it is rounded such that there are no edges to get snagged on anything.
Yep.
You could just slide that down your gullet, no problem.
Yeah, it's like got a pill coating on it already. It's crazy.
Exactly. It's ready. Yeah. It wants to be inside
of
your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's trying to get in there.
Yeah.
Every time I pop the thing open, I'm like, oh, where am I? Am I?
You're like daring yourself in the mirror. I'll do it.
I'll do it. You think I won't?
I'll do it. That's really funny. Chihuahua Pugs asks, what is your history with Dynasty Warriors and Muso games? Are you interested in the new one? Listen, both of us.
Well,
did you play Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah, and then a game ran like shit.
It did run like shit.
So I said, well, that's not for me. So I'll play it in 5 months when they patch it for the Switch 2. It'll be great on there.
I'm not really playing Muso games that much. I've heard the new Dynasty Warriors Origins is quite good. Maybe I'll start with that. I don't know. I don't really have like any real reason why I haven't. I don't know. They just like haven't appealed to me on some sort of level, and I don't know. I just never really checked them out.
Those games are great. Other people have this game. You're 9 years old. You go play it at somebody else's house.
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, Mike, my friend. This is exactly the friend who would have gotten this game. Yeah. Oh, Mike, you got the new Muso game. All right, I'll come over and play it, and then I'll forget it. I'll forget about it
instantly. Like, is it cool that you can fight 13,000 guys on the same screen at the same time? Totally. Absolutely.
And then I go. And then what?
Yeah,
and those games go, well, it's more of this. Now there are 13,005. Whoa. And that's how it feels to me. I might be wrong. Like, I'm willing to try them.
Muso game that I'm excited about that's coming out this year is the one where you are a guy that time travels and you have a truck and then you go back in time with a gun to go shoot the knights.
Yes.
I don't know what that game's called.
That looks absurdly cool. I do like that.
I want to keep calling it Kingdom Come Deliverance, but that's a different, more boring
game. That's a different game, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason asks, any fondness for the Onimusha games?
Kingmaker,
that's it. Either way, where's your interest level for the announced new entry in the series? Is tapping into longer dormant series better in some way than remaking old games? Yeah, I was fond of the old Onimushas. I didn't play through most of them. I think I only played through the very first one. Interest level is a 6 out of 10. Like, I'm interested in playing it, but I'm not like definitely way more excited about Okami.
Yeah.
I think and it seems like both of those games are tapping into those series and creating something new rather than like just remaking something. Yeah, I think that's a better option almost 100% of the time. If you want to take something and revive it instead of totally remaking it. I think that is more interesting. I don't think it's always more interesting, but I do think it is generally more interesting.
I was not old enough for Onimusha, so
Yeah, I was about to say you're probably like 6 or 7 when that game
means nothing to me.
Yeah. All right, we've got 2 more questions. Tim asks, what will the new Switch cartridges taste like?
Great question. I was thinking about this week. I don't know if they will change the flavor or be the same flavor as last time. I'm guessing that they will be the same flavor. I think they bought so much of that bittering agent that they're just gonna continue to be like spray it on there. I think they're gonna taste the same.
That's a boring answer, but I think it's the correct answer. I think
it sucks. But I think the whole point of we don't want kids to eat this thing is not that I said it as a joke that they would change the flavor, but the whole point is that you don't want it to be appealing at all.
Yeah. Flamin' hot Switch cartridges. Yeah,
now that's a business for us.
That's a business for us.
Now we can get into the business of buying game carts.
Give us your Mario Kart 9 and we will make it taste like Flamin' Hot.
And when it runs out, you put it back in the mail, we'll recode it, and we'll send it right back to you.
Ching, 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 ching. What's that sound? Yeah, that's right. Starting November 1st, you can get your Switch cartridge to taste like peppermint bark. Isn't that great? These kids are just eating them right and left.
God, the idea, I got so icked out thinking about the sticker on the Switch cartridge being so like deteriorated from the moisture of a child's mouth because it's been in there for so long. It's fucking gross. I thought about it, so I had to share it, and I'm sorry.
That's gross.
But I couldn't be alone.
Can you imagine going over to going over to my buddy's house? And he's like, oh, yeah, my 10-year-old's got a Switch they got like years ago. And I just look at his collection. They're all just like kind of faded. And like, I'm like, oh.
How do you know what game this is? I don't.
Yeah, how do you know? I don't. I got to put it in.
Well, put it in. I know this would taste like apple pie. So I know that's Super Mario Odyssey too.
That's Super Mario Odyssey.
This would taste like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And that's Mario Kart. That's the only way I can determine.
I sent them to y'all so I could tell the difference. Jason with our last question. In a small town.
Is your game collection too big? Do you
Are you trying to find ways to dispose of your games, but want something a little more interesting? Just throwing them away. That's right. Our brand new collaboration with Kettle means that you can have Korean barbecue flavored dust.
Oh man.
Vile, that's a great business. No one can start that business but us.
No, you can't. It's just us, our idea.
That's our idea. Jason, and our final hype question for this week. In a small town where video games are against the rules like Footloose, what small game comes in and changes the hearts and minds of the people?
Gotta be easy, but group oriented. That's the magic of dance, is that a lot of people can do it and it's fun.
Yep.
It also has to be instructive. It's Mario Party.
Mario Party. You think that would win hearts and minds? You think Mario Party would win?
America loves conflict, John.
You think John Lithgow would sit there playing Mario Party with people and they get to the end and it's like John Lithgow watches as the booze or whatever steal stars from Waluigi and gives it to Wario. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. I don't know. I don't know if it's Mario Party. I do think it's a Nintendo game.
You think it's Wii Sports? You think it's Wii Sports and you set up kind of like a big, like the high school, like the Japanese high school baseball tournament, except it's the whole town?
Yeah, I think it's Wii Sports. I think that's a good answer.
John, what's this pretty building where the Switch 2 experience is going to be in Dallas?
Oh, I haven't seen where it's going to be. Where is it?
It's at The Embarcadero building at Fair Park.
Embarcadero building. Yep.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, so Fair Park is basically a large like mixed use area. And it's an older building. I think it was built in like the 30s,
Old. That's the past.
something like that. Let me see. It says and it was renovated recently too. Let me see here. I haven't been to the Embarcadero building in a long time, but it's cool. Yeah, I think in 2005 they restored that color scheme, which is kind of cool, and they did some renovations. Yeah, but it looks neat. Yeah, Fair Park is not too terribly far from me. It's about a 20-minute drive.
That's great.
So I'm gonna try to sign up for that. So I think the sign-ups for all this stuff is on
sign-ups are tomorrow.
Is the 17th. So if you're listening to this the morning that it comes out, you should go try to sign up. If you're in LA, New York, Dallas, Toronto, Seoul.
Yeah, if you're in Milan, can I have some money? And also it's April 25th to 27th. The LA one is at CBS.
Oh, really? That's weird.
It's just at CBS. I don't understand.
That's so strange. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I guess they couldn't have it at Super Nintendo World because it's,
But there's so many other places they could have done it. Like CBS, like at Television City is a nuts. And it's at Television City. It's not even at the Grove, which is next door.
Right.
Which would make more sense.
It would make more sense.
It just seems like they've gotten one or two studio spaces at Television City and they're going to do it there, which is very funny to me.
That is very funny. Yeah, so go check that out. Go sign up for your town. I'll be at the Dallas one, or at least I'll try to be. So I'll see you there, Dallas people. So we're gonna get on out of here. Once again, if you want to join the Hive, you can do so going to vgbs.com/join, and it helps support the show. And Nikki, do you have anything to plug this week?
Shout out to Jesse Vitelli.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Has been running a week of streams raising money for wildlife relief, which has been delightful. Grateful that he asked myself and you and Imran and other folks that we know across the industry to hang out. Have raised $4,000. This comes out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So if you are listening to it in the morning, there's still one more day's worth of streams. So just if you're on Blue Sky, Mama Vitelli, I think is Jesse's handle, and you'll find him, or just go on either John or I's pages and scroll back. You'll see a retweet from both of us. Yeah, so shout out to that lad. Freaking love that guy.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse, for setting all that stuff up. It was a real blast to get to hang out with.
It's the first time I've had fun playing the video game Jackbox.
I was gonna say we did have a really good time last night, except for that. What's that game where?
The rank pick.
That game sucks. That game stinks. That's a bad one. But Job's really funny, and TKO is really funny, and that was a good time. Thanks again, Jesse, for setting it up. You can go. If you're listening to this on Thursday night for Hive folks, or Friday morning for regular folks, there will still be a couple more streams this week supporting that. So check it out. I don't know if I've got anything to plug myself. We have too much going on. Feels really silly to plug all of it at once. I'll try. If You're Driving, Close Your Eyes is a podcast that both of us are on. You should go check that out. I have a game out that's fun. It's called Interstate 35. It's out there on Steam, which is great. Also Fledgling Manor. Again, it's Merritt and LB's game, which you should go check out. Glider, GLYDR. You can go to feetlegal.com and reserve your foot control device. We're going to ship these out in March, April, and May. So it's quite soon to get your glider. Kickstarter backers will get theirs in March, and then anyone that's reserving now will probably get it in April and May. But yeah, that's super exciting for us. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else to really plug here. Thanks again to Jordo for doing all the quick edits on these. Thanks, Jordo.
The sticks.
The sticks, Mallory. Thank you so much. And yeah, until next time, keep on buzzing. Bye.